An interesting market that looks, in the long run, exciting is decentralized computer use and storage systems. Now, the thing with that industry, and I'm talking about, so for example, there's Storj, Storj, I don't know how to pronounce it, and SIA, which are decentralized. That's computer storage. There's Golem, who's using pieces of several people's computers in order to do some advanced programming. So if I have my laptop and I want to do some high computer power functioning, I could buy space on the Golem network to perform these tasks as they grab power from everybody's computers. And there's many out there, and it's a sort of an obvious use case for the distributed ledger system. But who's going to be the winner? And so first of all, it looks pretty competitive already. There's all these different companies, and each one is slightly different, but still, it looks like it's just there's 100 horses in the race, and I don't think any of them have launched yet. And as I talk about all the time, for me, there's a huge difference between idea and launch. And once something launches, you can see right out of the gate, there's either a lot of excitement, a lot of use. You can try yourself, see how easy it is, see how it works. There's a big difference between after launch and before, and I'm pretty sure all of these systems are before launch. Now, if there's one that is launched and up and working, and I don't mean test, I mean really something that people can get a benefit by using. If there's something out there, let me know, because it looks to me like they're all just sort of working on it, which is great, but to me, to invest in something like that is just, that's lottery ticket mode. I mean, unless you are a super expert in the field, or, and you're really close to the company, maybe you know enough to invest. But for most of us who are looking from the outside and understand the concept of what people are trying to do, it's a lottery ticket until it launches. So I'm not investing in any, but I think there's great opportunity, and the fact that there's 100, I don't know that there's 100, but there's a lot of companies working on this tells me that there's a real idea in there, I'm sure, but I don't know who the winner is. So I want to follow it. I want to know when someone launches and it's working, and then we can invest right at the beginning. And remember, everybody wants to be early. Investing right after something launches is pretty early. Remember, Google, how long Google was around before they had their IPO? And if you invested at the IPO, you'd be very rich today. Well, with these coin systems, you're able to invest far sooner than we ever could with IPOs. But there's no reason to get in on the absolute first day before it even launches, right? Now, if you invested in Google before it even launches, yeah, you'd be a billionaire. But you know how many search engines there were? I remember in the 90s. There were so many search engines. They all seemed good to me. They all seemed the same to me. What are the odds that I would have picked Google? I'm sorry, but pretty small. You may say, oh, well, you're stupid. Well, if you were around back then, all these search engines, and Google was they just had their search and they had nothing on the page. It didn't look that exciting. It was a nice search engine. So anyways, but once they launched, they had pay-per-click, you could see the momentum, and you could see before the IPO. So my point here is being early doesn't, you can still, we can wait on a lot of these investments and still be early. So I think it's a little too early to jump into these distributed computer use platforms that really haven't launched yet. Now, like I said, there's so many, and it's hard to follow everything that's going on. So if you're watching this video and you know about one that has launched and looks awesome out of the gate, let me know. Let's invest. But like I said, I would advise you to avoid this Storj and SIA and Golem. Look awesome and interesting, and I'm following. But I wouldn't put my money in there just yet. And the other thing, too, when I look at what Golem is doing, it looks really awesome and cool if it works. But I don't know. That may take 5 years. It just looks like the number of things that they need to do to make this thing work looks huge to me. So it may take a long time, and there may be other opportunities that come up before that flower blooms. So let me know your thoughts on this and what you know about this industry, and see if we can make some money here.